Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You are watching Lubed for October the 18th, 2023. This is episode 6 of season number 3. And I coined this one, and this is going out courtesy to my good buddy Steve in Edmonton. Because when Connor McDavid scored that goal last night, that ridiculous spinorama twist off the knee, little pirouette, I don't know, and then went in for the kill and got the goal. I texted him, I said, what the hell was that? And he replied back, Connor broke the matrix. And I'm like, perfect. I gotta name this episode that. Connor did break the matrix again. We've seen him do it with the Rangers. We've seen him Columbus Blue Jackets. The kid still amazes me. The kid still, well, actually, I got to stop calling him a kid. He's a man. He's a grown man about to get married here. He is unbelievable still. What a night. What a night in Nashville. Leon Draisaitl now is the sole owner of the most power play goals by an Edmonton Oiler in Edmonton Oiler history, surpassing Glenn Anderson and Ryan Smith for that fine prestige title, and he still has several years left, hopefully, as an Edmonton Oiler. He's going to skyrocket those numbers out of the ballpark. I don't think they will be ever recaptured because he's only halfway through his career, and he's already got the power play record. So it was just a memorable night. Jack Campbell, phenomenal. Oh, may I add, they beat the Nashville Predators 6-1. to get their first win of the season. I know all of us were thinking the sky was falling when they lost the first 2 games to the Canucks. But no. They came out with a vengeance last night, showed their stuff, did their stuff, back to Edmonton Oilers hockey. They play the Flyers tomorrow. Now the Flyers, they beat the Canucks. So this could be an interesting one. I pegged the Flyers to be kind of really dead last, but I might be wrong about that, as they're looking really good. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the episode here. But yeah, a beautiful, beautiful win as the Edmonton Oilers defeat the Nashville Predators by a count of 6-1, as I just forementioned. A lot of good things. A lot of good things. The defense was looking good. There's a lot of good takeaways from that game. I think everything was working last night. Like, goaltending was good. Even the defending, which we were really critical in Game 1 and Game 2, was very good. I don't know why that graphic keeps coming up. Let me get back to this graphic. There we go. That's the second episode in a row that it automatically wants to shoot to that one. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, oh my gosh. Just 1 second, guys. Technical errors again. Yeah, 6-1. The Oilers were firing on all cylinders as they absolutely crushed the Nashville Predators. Lots of good things out of it. It was also Matthias Ekholm's homecoming, and they gave him a very nice standing ovation, and he gave their heartfelt thank you, and that was really nice. We'll see how they treat Tyson when the Nashville Predators come back to Edmonton, see if there's a little bit of an applause for him. But Matthias Ekholm was quite the fixture for many, many years in Nashville, and you know he'll always have a place in his heart for Nashville for sure, and I can't fault him for that. But yeah, it was a very impressive effort by the Oilers last night. Absolutely stunning goal by McDavid. Can't say enough. Let's get into the scoring summary from it. Is it going to go to the right graphic this time? I don't know. Okay, yes, it does. So it was Leon Draisaitl, and I think this was the goal. Yes, or was it the second period? I'm not sure if it was this goal or if it was the second period goal. where he did officially break the record. But he gets on the power play, gets a power play goal from Zach Hyman, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had 8:11 of the first period to make it 1-0. Then Zach Hyman gets his first of the season from Evan Bouchard and Leon Draisaitl. It is a 2-0 game. That's at 13:38 of the first. The Oilers keep hammering away with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' second goal of the season from Warren Foegele and Zach Hyman at 16:45. And then, like I said, Connor McMagic, an absolute stunning goal where he looked like he got tripped up, somehow did a little spinorama on his knees, got back to his feet. The puck was still moving forward. He was able to catch up to the puck and just rifles one past UC Soros. So then it's 4-0 after the first period. Nashville would get one on the power play. It would be Tommy Novak, his second on the power play from Ryan O'Reilly. But that's about all Nashville would do, as Leon Draisaitl would get his fourth goal of the season on the power play from Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid. And then Warren Foegele would also end the night off with a goal from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Excellent offensive night. Excellent defensively. I think they heard our cries, they heard our pleas, but they really showed up last night. No complaints at all with that game. Let's hope they do it again tomorrow night when they're at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. But yeah, just a beautiful display of an effort. I have no complaints about it. So let's go through the numbers now. And there is some pretty impressive numbers. Once again, one of the numbers I didn't write down here is the fact that Leon Draisaitl now, once again, has sole control of the most Edmonton Oilers power play goals in franchise history. We're talking the great Gretzky, Messier, we're talking all that. He is now the number one man in Edmonton for that statistical thing. Okay, so Jack Campbell, 43 of 44 saves, a 977 save percentage. Unreal. I think Jack is going to have that kind of year. I think he's going to have those games where he's going to play really horrible, and I'm going to be talking about it on the channel of how horrible he played. But I'm also going to praise him when he has nights like this, and it was an absolutely stunning night for him to have that. As he just was absolutely dominant. He was looking like he was looking in preseason. Definitely not like how he did in game one of the season. The Oilers were also 2 for 3 on the power play, so it looks like that is starting to come back around. Hopefully we can match last year's achievements or even succeed it. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had 1 goal, 2 assists. There were 6 Oilers with multi-point nights last night. So a really good effort by the whole team. Like, we're talking from McDavid down to Foegele, down to like bottom tier guys. Like, amazing night. And then Leon Draisaitl, he had a 4-point night, 2 goals. I believe they were both on the power play. I just ran over, but I think it was both power play goals. And then 2 assists. So just an absolute stunner of a game. It's good to report. It's a good feel-good story to report good stuff. Because the first 2 episodes that I've done of the season, kind of downers because the first one was bad because of how they lost. But yeah, it was not a bad game at all. I'm not complaining. I'd like to see a repeat tomorrow night in Philadelphia. Where does that take us now? That will take us to the standings. And yes, you guys, they're not at the bottom of the pit of the Pacific Division, as they have leapfrogged the San Jose Sharks and the Seattle Kraken, which is okay with me. I'm surprised with Seattle. Seattle's a little bit struggling so far this year. They're still trying to find their way. I expected a lot better out of them, and I didn't expect as much out of Vancouver. It's almost like those 2 teams kind of swapped. as Vancouver right now is second in the Pacific. But we'll see how long this lasts. It is very early, and I'm well aware of it. Once we get through this month, then like they say, once they get by U.S. Thanksgiving, that's when we know we can kind of get an idea of what is actually happening. And it's been like that for years. But yeah, I think the Oilers are going to be okay. You know, they're going to have good nights. They're going to have bad nights. Jack Campbell's going to have good nights. He's going to have bad nights. I like his attitude in his post-game interviews now and his media scrims that he does is he basically says he's just going to let it go. When he has a bad night, let it go, move on. He's got to understand, and he does. He totally understands. He's going to have those nights, and he will, you know. And a lot of those nights are not necessarily all on him. It's the defensive ended, and you know when you're giving up 2-0, you can't expect Jack Campbell to save a 2-0, man. Like these are NHL caliber players. They are good hockey players. They're gonna bury it. So yeah, yeah. So Vegas obviously is leading the Pacific. They are still undefeated. 4 games played, 4 wins. They're looking good. Vegas is looking good still. I do not want them to repeat. I want the Oilers to get that cup this year. I really do. Well, I think all of us do. Okay, let's move on to what is up next, I believe, as the Oilers once again will be at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to take on the Flyers. These Flyers aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be this year. And again, they were able to take out the Canucks. Now, were the Canucks just really super hungry when they played the Oilers and really wanted to prove a point? I don't know. But the Philadelphia Flyers shut the Canucks out 2-0, I believe, yesterday. 2-0 they beat the Canucks. So they were able to really stifle the Canucks game. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's move on to, I think that might be it. That might be a wrap, guys. Yes, it is. So this is my final thoughts section. And usually on this section is where I'm going to answer your guys' questions if you happen to be joining me live. If you have any questions or if you have any comments to post on, and I will definitely post them. But tonight I have no comments, so I'm just gonna say, hey, guys, as a fan base, we need to chill out a little bit, especially me. Actually, I need to say this to myself. Chill out. Things will be okay. This is not a team that's gonna miss the playoffs. You know, the only way that I see them missing the playoffs is a significant injury to some key players. And I'm talking multiple players. We need to breathe. We need to relax. The sky isn't falling. I know those Canucks games did not sit well with us, but that's fine. They're going to get out of it. They're going to find their way, and things will be okay. Okay, guys. I think that's all I got for tonight. I usually try to keep these about 15 minutes in length. There's no need to yap all that much. But if you like the content I bring, and I do apologize for these errors I'm having with some of the graphs that I put up, I got to try to sort that out because I'm hitting a wrong button somewhere and it's not good. But if you like the content I bring and or the content that me and Sammy bring on NHL Aftermath, feel free to hit like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so yet. And also, please share it. And let's try to build this up. And as always, guys, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. I will see you Sunday, probably Sunday morning. And I will give you a recap of the Flyers game. And I believe if they're playing Saturday, I might have a recap of 2 games. So we'll see you guys. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest.